The following program is a collection of hooligans engaging in lively conversations about anything and everything that happens to populate in their heads. It is meant to be comedic entertainment. The opinions expressed on the show do not necessarily reflect the beliefs of the hosts, their peers, AIM Student Radio, or the Communication Media Department. P.S. Don't sue us and don't believe anything we say. Good morning and welcome to the Dumpster Fire 4.1, part of AIM Student Radio, the way radio should be. I am Josh here for you. Happy March. We are officially now in March. Yes, we are almost a third of the way through the year, which seems kind of absolutely nuts. I don't know about y'all, but it feels like literally yesterday was New Year's Eve and I was just, having a ball, having some champagne as I do. But I digress. It is quite a lovely wow. I apologize, folks. I cannot talk today. That's just how you know that this is going to be an absolute dumpster fire train wreck of a show. It is truly just some lovely weather outside right now. It is a little windy still, but you can tell spring is on the way. Next week is spring break. I can't wait. People are asking me, well, what are you going to do for spring break? Probably just sleep. I mean, honestly, I myself have never been the person that's like, oh, I'm going to go to Miami for spring break. Oh, I'm going to go to Cancun. I'm going to go to Cabo. I've never done that. I've never had the money to do that. So for me, if anything, it'll probably be just time to, stay home, recharge, try to get some sleep, maybe just go shopping somewhere. I don't know, go to Fort Collins maybe, or to Loveland, or maybe even go to Denver, just not do schoolwork, which is going to feel really weird, but that's okay. We all need a little bit of time off. If you are traveling for spring break, obviously stay safe out there. If you're just staying home and recharging and not working, that's okay too. That's why it's a break. Everybody takes breaks a little bit differently. And let's go ahead and get a quick check here of your weather on this lovely, lovely Tuesday. Currently in Fort Lupton, we are looking at 37 degrees, a high of 53, a low of 28, partly cloudy skies, wind gusts of up to 6 miles per hour. Currently in Loveland, it is 37 degrees with a high of 50, a low of 28, fair skies, wind gusts of up to 15 miles per hour. Ooh, a little windy out there. Currently in Windsor, we're looking at 36 degrees, a high of 51, a low of 24, sunny skies, wind gusts of up to 3 miles per hour. And currently on the home campus of Greeley, we are looking at 38 degrees with a high of 52, a low of 22, sunny skies, wind gusts of up to 7 miles per hour. So before we actually go ahead and jump right into whatever we're going to be doing on the show, right now the biggest story of the day, it appears, is do you like social media? I like social media. We all use social media. It's all it's kind of going nuts right now. So currently, according to Down Detector, globally, looks like basically any service provided by Meta. So that's primarily Facebook, Instagram, WhatsApp. A lot of people tend to use that one as well. Looks like currently they are experiencing quite a massive outage. A lot of the main issues where people will pull up the Facebook app on their phone or on their computer and it looks like it logged them out. It actually didn't lock them out, allegedly. Right now, they're just having issues all across the board. And according to what I'm seeing here on Down Detector, it looks like just many forms of social media right now are just experiencing a lot of issues. And I'm pulling them up right now. I'm actually pulling it up here on the website. So Facebook experiencing quite a bit of outages. Instagram, plenty of outages. Facebook Messenger, a lot of outages. Discord is having issues. Google having issues. YouTube having issues. T-Mobile having issues. X I'm just going to call it Twitter. Sorry, Elmo. X is having issues. AT&T having issues. Gmail having issues. Threads. Oculus, also owned by Meta. TikTok. Oh, TikTok's going down. Oh, no. WhatsApp having hiccups. Pokemon Go having hiccups. Oh, okay. This list is just getting bigger and bigger and bigger. This is kind of nuts. I'll go ahead and read through just a few more here. Snapchat having hiccups. Honeywell having hiccups. Microsoft Teams having hiccups. Microsoft 365. Oh, no, not Xbox. Please, no, not my Xbox. Microsoft 365 having issues. Amazon, OpenAI, Zoom, Verizon, Spectrum, Amazon Web Services, Google Play. Not Xfinity. I use that at home. Come on. Google Play, Apple Support, iNet. Oh, my gosh. Steam, that one makes sense. I was actually trying to download something on Steam earlier this morning and it was having hiccups. Microsoft Store, this is absolutely just kind of insane right now. So, wow. We will keep an eye on this. I know typically we don't really do a lot of news on this show, but honestly, this kind of ties into what we do because myself, Dax, Kion, we are chronically online. This explains, honestly, so much of our personalities and why there's a reason this show's called The Dumpster Fire. We are Dumpster Fire characters as people. We are just kind of nuts. We are chronically online, and this is what happens when you're chronically online. This is just absolutely... I haven't seen anything like this in quite some time. There was a few years ago where just Meta services were having issues, but now this is kind of happening everywhere. So we will keep an eye on this as the show goes on, as well as our normal blend of dumpster fiery madness chaos that you've all just come to know and love. For those of you listening to the show, regardless of whether it's here on AIM Student Radio, Radio FX, hello, welcome. If this is not your first time, welcome back. If this is your first time, welcome. Also on Spotify, thank you to everybody who has been listening to the show on there as well. It is fun actually seeing the audience for this show start to grow little by little, and we just thank every single one of you for listening, even if it's just for a minute, just to be like, okay, these guys are nuts. It's absolutely every single thing. We appreciate everything. Just the last few years that we have been doing this, you may end up noticing a little bit of a longer gap, especially if you're listening to us on Radio FX in between segments, because I myself right now actually have to go to a meeting very quickly just to see what's going to happen with one of our upcoming events here on campus here on campus. We'll see. This event might get bigger and better than it ever was before. I'll have more information here for you after the meeting is done. So you might experience just a brief or an extended period in between the first few segments here. Dax and Kion are on the way. So yet again, I win. But for the sake of my own life, I will not be doing the usual thing where I just play Taylor Swift songs until Dax and Kion arrive, because I'm pretty sure if I do it yet again, that Dax's shoe is going to hit me right in the noggin. Also, Ames does not condone school violence. But anywho's, I will let it get back to the music because we are approaching the top of the hour here on Radio FX, here on Ames Student Radio. So up next we have Long Stretch of Love by Lady Antebellum. Enjoy, I guess. I don't listen to a whole lot of country unless there's whiskey involved, but enjoy. And welcome back to the Dumpster Fire 4.1, part of AIM Student Radio, the way radio should be. We are also part of Radio FX. Thank you to everybody who does listen to us on that particular application. I am Josh, here with Dax, and here with Kion.
Hello.
Thank you for stalling for me.
Yes, I saw the 2005 Dell computer in your head still loading, so I was like, I got you, fam.
That was me deciding if I didn't get a drink of water, I would start dying. So
we don't need dying.
Yeah,
we've had enough dying.
That's not FCC approved dying.
That's not. That would not be good.
No.
But it has been earlier on the show, I had discussed how a lot of social media, some of it seems to be coming back up now, but just looking at the down detector list, let me actually refresh it here just to see. It's still reporting a lot of outages or a lot of issues with a lot of different services. So we're still not out of the woods yet, but it just seems to be a continuation because yesterday was just very weird. Dax and Kion can attest to this. So I'll preface this. I work in customer service. I take phone calls for a credit card company. I've been doing this line of work for almost 7 years now.
I am a fan of how you say line of work. Like, I understand that's a normal phrase, but for some reason it makes me think of, like, in this line of work, like you're like John Wick or something.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, I have the beard. I just don't have the fabulous hair.
You're not really.
You're not quite there. I
Not
think that
really
you're.
pulling Keanu.
No.
Yeah.
I can't pull Keanu. That man
No.
is ageless. But anywho's, and yesterday.
Why are we trying to pull Keanu?
No, not like that. No.
Oh wow! Here we go.
No.
But yesterday I had just a string all day long of just either really bizarre calls or really paranoid calls, or just overall just like what's going on. The second call I had, and so this was about 8:45 in the morning. A caller would not verify their identity and just straight up asked if we were selling information to Russia.
Yes,
Yeah.
we are.
If anyone asks you that, you should say yes. But I know you
Make
can't
them-
because
make them-
company.
Make
Yeah.
them more paranoid. Be like,
Yeah.
how did you know?
You know, believe me,
Start
it's
speaking
all
fluent
of the
Russian.
all of the call. The thing is, I know Russian, but I just know a lot of the swears. So
Okay,
so it wouldn't really. Yeah, I was like, if somebody
you could
heard
make
this,
a sentence string of the most foul language, but that's it.
yeah, just pretty much everything I've learned in Russian. A lot of it came off of video games, and a lot of it was just the swears.
Oh yeah.
So, yeah,
That's
that
fair. I
would
think
get me in trouble pretty quick.
I think that one of the only words in Greek I know is a swear solely because of Assassin's Creed. So I think that's
Yeah.
fair. Yeah.
A lot of like phrases in Italian I learned because of Assassin's Creed
Yeah.
too. So
Y'all are a bunch of nerds.
there's that. Says the one playing The Sims.
Currently playing Sims.
Currently playing
Yeah.
The Sims.
I have no idea what you're talking about. I'm just
Like,
building
can
a
we
dorm.
talk?
You just got caught in 4K.
Can we talk about how many DLCs that you have on The Sims?
We should not talk about how many DLCs I have on The
'Cause
Sims.
It probably equals the amount of shoes I have at this point.
Yesterday I caved and I finally got a new one for The Sims myself.
Yes.
And I was reminded that they are not exactly cheap. And so I am
No.
very concerned now in doing the mental maths of
I
how
have
many
all
you have.
but like 5 of the proper expansion packs.
And those are like what?
40
40
each.
bucks each?
But the thing is, I always buy them on sale.
yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know the last time I've paid full price for one of them, so Keon's just being a drama queen as per usual.
Oh, Shade Throne. And then another call.
I'm getting a face. I
Another-
shouldn't have said anything.
And then another call I had yesterday. So typically, if someone calls in and if they're skeptical that they called the right bank, rule of thumb is you always tell them, oh, if you're unsure, that's fine. Just call the number listed on the back of your card. And this person goes, well, I did call that number. Okay, so you are, and I verified with them. I'm like, you are speaking to somebody from this bank. We manage this card. So what'll happen is when someone calls in, we have that automated system that, that every company has,
Oh,
but, it asks you,
yeah.
oh, enter, your card number so we can pull up your account.
yeah.
If they either don't dial the number or they put it in wrong, when the call gets routed to us, it gives us a blank screen on our computer. So then at that point, we have to ask them for the card number or other information to
Yeah.
verify their identity. And this person was very much freaking out. And so, I just went with the usual. It's like, hey, if you call the number on the back of your card, it gets you to somebody directly. Well, I did. Well, you are talking to somebody.
Yeah, so it was just going in circles.
It was very much going in
Great.
circles for about 10 minutes.
Love that. Love that. For you.
And the person's like, well, can you just tell me something on my account? It's like, if you give me the number on your account so I can
Yeah.
pull it up. I
I
can
need
tell
the
you
number of
whatever
your-
you'd like, sir.
Yeah, I need to know what account I am looking at to tell you anything on your account.
Yes. No, it was
Yeah.
very, and we just had a string of calls like this going on all day, and Dax, Kion, and also other friends of mine on Snapchat were basically witnesses to my just steadily declining state of sanity,
That's
which
fair.
was expressed in the form of Ryan Gosling flipping out moments.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, so that I think that's just like my go-to. It's like I have Ryan Gosling moments that I can use for every occasion. It's like I have happy ones, I have sad ones, I have despair ones.
Then yesterday, I am in a film class.
Yes.
And I am a person who was really cool, so I don't have a car. So I got Dax to drive me around so I could go filming for my film project. And we were gonna go do like some stuff around the Pooter, you know, do some filming around your family's property, and then we went to go have a lunch break because we were hungry. We got a little rumbly in our tummies.
Almost as hungry as I am right now.
Yes. And your blood sugar just started just dropping.
It did.
I've seen this.
I could see Dax's face just turn like lose color essentially. But we went and got food and that made it a little bit better. But
I had to go home.
wasn't feeling too good still. So I just went home because I needed to grab some things for my house anyway.
Mhm.
But then I stayed home because you fell asleep and slept from. This was like, what, like 2
3?
o'clock?
3. Yeah.
I was gonna say that was
Um,
right around the time that like the messages stopped showing up on the chat.
2 o'clock, 3-ish. You went back home, went to sleep again, slept until almost like 6:30, right?
No, it was after 7 that I slept
Okay.
until.
Yeah. So, and this is after already getting like 14 hours of sleep that morning. So,
So I have a sleep disorder, and everybody just needs to leave me alone, okay?
see, I understand that, but also, buddy pal, I hope you feel better after that.
Oh, I feel
I
so
mean,
much
yeah.
better.
Yeah.
It's very difficult to express how awful I felt yesterday.
Yeah.
Like,
I could tell you felt off though. Like we were talking beforehand about, oh, we're gonna do all this filming stuff. It'll be great. And I knew Sunday night when you were coming to get me so we could hang out Monday morning that something was a little off. Solely because you
yeah.
were like, we're doing something tomorrow. Like we had talked extensively about filming on Monday. And you were like, huh? So I could tell the vibes were off, but I didn't know how off until the next day. So
yeah,
Yeah.
it was a bit unfortunate.
I just kind of thought you were out of it because you had just worked a 12-hour shift, but
I mean,
clearly
those
there was
12-hour shifts
more.
will do it to you.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, and I had worked. That was my 3rd in a row.
Yeah.
So I was real
You were
tired.
dead.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, that's normal for me, honestly. That
Right.
Okay, you were deader.
That's
Yeah.
every weekend
So
for
I
me.
was just kind of like, maybe you're just tired on Sunday night and then Monday morning. But after we had food, I was like, okay, you just need a hard reset. We're gonna
Yeah.
put filming off for a bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I desperately needed a hard reset. It was
Yeah.
a rough night. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, no. Sunday was definitely interesting. So Sunday we ended up I ordered a pay-per-view and we were watching it, and normally if we watch pay-per-views or if we're watching football games, we typically like order pizza. But this time we changed it around because we normally get blackjack. And this time Domino's has been announcing this like $20 family value dinner thing. And it was 2 medium pizzas, and it was 2 medium pizzas, and then it came with a 16 piece of Parmesan bites, an 8 piece of cinnamon twists, and a 2 liter of soda.
So a whole lot of food.
So a whole lot of food. My parents only wanted a slice each of
no.
pizza from and they got it from, basically we ordered 2 pizzas, and then my brother was going to eat a whole pizza, but they got 2 slices off of his pizza, so he had that. And as for the other medium pizza, well, I kind of, I just ate the
You
whole
just
pizza.
devoured a whole medium pizza.
Yeah, I
is
ate the
what
whole
I'm
pizza.
hearing. Yeah.
And surprised. I thought
urge to devour a medium pizza by yourself.
I thought my stomach was going to explode, but it didn't. Which
Congrats.
frightened me because I was like, my stomach's going to hate me for this. And this was about a 4-hour-long pay-per-view. I was like,
no.
I was even counting. I was like, I'm going to say it's going to be like the second hour where my stomach's going to be like, nope, not doing this today, Chief. And it didn't happen.
Question.
Yes.
If you went into it being like, my tummy won't like you, and then why?
When it comes to food, sacrifices must be made, Kion.
Oh, okay.
When it comes to delicious food, sometimes you just have to. It's like Taco Bell. You know Taco Bell is going to destroy your body, but you eat it anyway.
I cannot relate to that because the only times I have Taco Bell is when we're like, oh, God, what are we going to have for dinner? I don't know. Let's get Taco Bell. It's the last resort, usually.
Yeah.
So...
See, that's for Kion. I am not the same.
We are not the same.
We are not the same.
We
Not
know.
the
My
same.
brother and I, we have Taco Bell nights. Both of us have like
severe tummy
tummy problems, like severe tummy. Like it's not like haha funny tummy problems. No, it's like oh no, vacate the house tummy
I have
problems.
heard stories. Of,
Oh,
oh God,
I'm
YouTube, don't stop
frightened.
playing video.
I'm
Oh,
frightened.
yeah.
So in other words, call a hazmat crew, basically.
Yeah,
Oh,
pretty much.
yeah.
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 Oof.
Sorry, I just remembered something that happened at work on Sunday
Oh,
night that I
God.
can't talk
Yeah,
about
no,
on
you
air.
cannot
Oh.
talk
There is
about-
no way that I can
No.
speak of that on air. But let me
No.
tell you, when I say I've been working in healthcare for 2 years, this was the biggest mess I had ever cleaned up. That's all I'll say. That's all I'll say.
Dax learned new smells.
I did learn new smells.
Oh.
I didn't think that was
Ew.
possible anymore.
So
See, I mean, being in my customer service line of work, I thought I always think every year I'm like, oh, I've seen it all, and no,
not remotely.
every year I realize like, no, there is still. I'm at the tip of the iceberg.
Yeah.
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 And speaking of Taco Bell, I was gonna say I somehow ended up this morning with 2 more bottles of a certain beverage that you can only get at Taco Bell.
Why do you say somehow? You know how this happened.
I say somehow because I really wasn't planning it.
Josh
But
is
it
gonna get Baja
happened.
blasted.
Into the sun.
Probably. At
You're gonna
this
end up
point-
okay. Josh didn't know the actual risk of caffeine, right? So Josh
Caffeine
texted
pills.
us. Yes, no, caffeine in general, specifically soft drinks and caffeine pills. So Josh texted us and a picture of his caffeine pills bottle. And he was like, it's okay, I'm diluting it with water. I won't have a heart attack. I was like, that's not how this works, buddy. So, diluting caffeinated drinks or anything with water, that will help your kidneys, not your heart. Your heart will still go fast because
It's still getting the same.
it forces your
amount
body
of
to
caffeine.
create adrenaline. That's what caffeine does. It inhibits your dopamine and your melatonin receptors in your brain, and like it does funky stuff to it.
So think of it like this, because I am the pared down version.
Yeah.
If you were having a cup of coffee and you put a whole bunch of creamer in it, you're not getting rid of the amount of coffee you're still drinking. That amount of coffee is still going to negatively affect you.
Right.
It just tastes less like coffee.
Right.
So
So, but what it'll do is coffee and soft drinks over time, what they'll do is they'll cause build up in your kidneys, and you'll get kidney stones.
Ow.
And nobody wants that. So if you are a coffee drinker, if you are a Diet Coke drinker, drink water.
yeah.
Drink so much water. Drink double the water of any other beverage that you are consuming. And if you have to put those little flavor packets in it, like the 0-calorie flavor packets, those are fine. Like whatever. It's not
Yeah.
as good as drinking normal water, but if you have to do that, you don't want kidney stones.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no. I do
So-
drink like a crazy amount of water because when I'm in the gym, I sweat like.
The
Yeah.
the
A lot.
reason that you need to drink that water with caffeine is, like you said, it will form the kidney stones. But specifically, it's because caffeine. A lot of people think caffeine will dehydrate you. That's not exactly right. It's more like caffeine doesn't hydrate you. And so it's basically like you were not actually drinking something, but your kidney is still forcing to process. And so it's not working anything through there. It's just making buildup.
Ew.
So, yeah.
Yeah. So, Josh, you gonna keep chugging copious amounts of caffeine pills?
The answer is probably
no.
yes.
No,
but-
actually, no, because so my brother asked me last night. He's like, "Do you got any caffeine?" And I was in my room, and I gave him the pill bottle. I'm like, "You can have one of those." And he looked at me, and he's like, "I'm not touching these."
Your brother's a smart man.
Yeah, but also at the same time, he consumes a lot of gamer subs. Which,
Ooh.
yeah, so
Okay, so your brother's not a very smart man, but he tries his best.
he's like, "I'm not taking pills, bro."
Yeah, that's fair. This is a very general question. It's more of a statement, really. Have you ever looked at like how to say like flu or like pills for like pain and noticed how many of them have caffeine in it? Like,
I just know that Excedrin has caffeine.
why is it that so much of cold medicine and like stuff like that has caffeine in it? Do you know why? I'm looking at Dax.
It's
Okay, I was like,
because
I'm not- I don't
so the things that are in like the daytime cold medicines are going to be things to lower a fever, reduce congestion, like inhibit coughing, and then also to give you the energy because your body
okay.
is already fighting something. Those cold medicines are meant to try to mitigate the symptoms. They're not actually healing you in any way, shape, or form. They're just
Yeah.
making you function.
Okay.
So
Okay.
that's
So
why
really
a lot of
it's just giving you energy so you can feel like you're fighting it off better.
right, exactly. But
Okay.
you're not really. And like that's why those nighttime ones, they're gonna have things that again suppress the cough, like reduce congestion, and also they do have something that assists with sleep. It's not melatonin. It's one that's technically not habit forming, but saying not habit forming, that's a dicey one
Yeah.
because what those do is they affect the way that your melatonin receptors in your brain work. So anything
Yeah.
that is a sleep aid is going to
It's still technically
Yeah.
habit forming.
Yeah.
it's going to
Yeah.
cause your brain to like need it to sleep, but
Yeah.
using sleep medication or cold medication like occasionally to like give you a little boost, that's completely fine.
Regularly using tranquilizers is not.
Unless they're
no.
prescribed to you.
Unless they're prescribed. Yeah.
Yeah.
If they're prescribed to you, then you have no chance of having a normal brain function anyway, so
Yeah,
you're
that's
fine.
so fair. But this segment has been we feel weird, so we drink caffeine, but caffeine isn't that great for you.
Yeah.
So
This segment has been Dax telling Josh that Josh's habits are unhealthy.
and Kion is
Part
here.
like 25.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Josh makes bad life decisions, guys.
Part 27.
Yeah.
Don't look at
Today.
me that way.
I just look at you that way because I just realized it's like if it was just stuff that's happened at like concerts or in Vegas, I'd just like, no, that's like a whole like season right there, just worth of crazy things.
Season 14 of Josh's bad life choices.
Yeah, I've joked around before that it's like if I took all of these and actually wrote them into like a screenplay, I'm like this couldn't be like a sitcom. This would have to be like an HBO show because some of them are just.
It's less sitcom and more BoJack Horseman.
I was thinking more. Honestly, I was
I want a
thinking.
t-shirt that says less sitcom, more BoJack Horseman.
I was honestly thinking more like a tamer version of Euphoria, almost.
I've not seen Euphoria. So
I also have not seen Euphoria.
It is
get better references.
It's insane. I can't really say I can't really say Breaking Bad because that doesn't really fit the mold.
No,
'cause,
that's drugs. So that's
Yeah.
different.
like the thing
Yeah.
is with
Yay,
like with
drugs.
Euphoria,
No, don't say yay drugs.
with Euphoria, it's more like it's like all these crazy things happen, but they have this really flashy cinematography. So it's these bad things that happen, but they look cool.
Sure.
So
we've
yeah,
been
there's
talking
kind of
for
that.
a while though.
Yeah,
We should
have.
I'm hungry.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
hungry.
we
want
need food. I think I have a bag of Cheetos in my backpack.
I need actual food, not Cheetos. I also don't think that I can ever eat Cheetos again, but that goes back to the story TM from work the other day.
Oh God. Oh, okay. Then moving
Yes.
swiftly along. Bye.
Yes, we will be back with the music here on AIM Studio Radio, the way radio should be. Up next, we have "Hold the Line" by Toto. Enjoy. And welcome back to the Dumpster Fire 4.1, part of AIM Studio Radio, the way radio should be. I am Josh, here with Dax, and here with Kion.
Hello?
Hi.
We have gotten food.
We are no longer starving to death.
We are no longer starving to death.
We will no longer perish.
No.
Probably.
Hopefully not.
Maybe.
Yeah, we don't know. I mean, that asteroid, could finally be like, okay, that's it, guys.
Yeah.
Yeah. But anywho, let's go ahead and get a quick check here of your weather. Currently in Fort Lupton, it is 42 degrees with a high of 53, a low of 27, fair skies, wind gusts of up to 3 miles per hour. Currently in Loveland, it is 41 degrees, a high of 50, a low of 27, sunny skies, wind gusts of up to 4 miles per hour. I learned how to talk again. Currently in Windsor, we're looking at 43 degrees, a high of 51, a low of 24, sunny skies, wind gusts of up to 5 miles per hour. And currently in Greeley, it is 41 degrees, a high of 53, a low of 22, sunny skies, and wind gusts of up to 11 miles per hour.
That was a whole lot of numbers you just said.
That was so many numbers. But right now, we're looking at Down Detector, and the list of stuff is still pretty big.
So I saw earlier that it said Google was down?
Yeah, apparently earlier in the morning, some Google services were having outages, but they got those fixed pretty quick.
Okay.
But now I'm
I was
looking.
gonna say I can use Chrome fine.
Yeah, I myself also use Chrome, and I haven't had too many issues.
Yeah.
But I'm looking right now. Even certain games are down.
Interesting.
Or Discord is down, or have been having issues. Spotify's been having issues. Xbox Live has been having hiccups. Let's see. Helldivers 2, but honestly, too, I mean, there's so many people playing that game, so
Yeah, that might.
PayPal is down. That might be why I wasn't able to send money through PayPal. Just saying.
probably. Microsoft Store's having hiccups. Destiny's having hiccups. Call of Duty's having hiccups.
So is what applications besides the video games are still having issues?
Looks like Facebook is starting to slowly come back up. Same with basically all of Meta's services.
Okay.
YouTube's starting to get back up. Xfinity's internet is starting to
that might be
have
what it meant
hiccups.
by Google.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Apple support looks like it's going back up, but point is, it was a little bit of a hectic time.
Interesting.
Yeah. Perhaps we'll find out later on what caused all of this to happen in a very short period of time, but we'll see. We'll see. Kion?
I'm awake.
Good.
Probably.
Good. But
Probably.
I'm paying rent. Don't mind me.
adult things.
Currently wiring money. Yes.
Wiring money to a place that I can't even live in.
Yay.
Adult things.
Adult things.
So, yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh man, but right now I was just looking at I forget honestly just how much of a bargain the actual food in the bistro really is. When we just went over there to get what we're all eating right now for lunch, I looked at some of the prices and I was like, this is way cheaper, because at first I thought, oh, maybe after like when I'm done with the show and I get done getting everything edited, maybe I'll like stop by Wendy's or McDonald's or something. But then I'm like, even that, like, that's expensive. I'm
Yeah.
like, you know what? Maybe I won't.
Honestly, the bistro is really affordable.
Yes.
I think if there's anything I could say about it is I think they should have more ready-to-go options. Because
Yeah.
very frequently I just get the same wrap like every single day
Mhm.
just because there isn't that many things. But it is affordable, so that's cool.
Yeah, for sure. I was going to say in a world where things are not very affordable in general.
Well, Kion, you never order things from like the actual menu. Like they do have hot food. We just always get the cold food.
Yeah, because I'm impatient.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
But it is good. Like as far as for the price point, it's better than a lot of the fast food.
For
real.
sure.
I'll say that.
For sure. And now we will go ahead and let it get back to the music here on AIM Studio Radio, the way radio should be, while we enjoy this delicious food. Enjoy up next, and I'm pretty sure I didn't... Was this you, Kion?
I did do that, yeah.
Okay.
I did
So
do
up
that.
next, per Kion, we have Animal by Neon Trees. Enjoy. And welcome back to the Dumpster Fire 4.1, part of AIM Student Radio, the way radio should be. I am Josh here with Dax and
Hello.
Kion.
Hello.
And we just, unfortunately, you won't be able to listen to this on the Spotify version of the show, so I'll go ahead and preface this. We have this old commercial promoting the comm media department here at Ames, and we're pretty sure that this commercial was from probably, 2000?
I have no idea, man.
The
It's
point
probably
is
as old as me.
probably, but in short, just to summarize the commercial, it is very much a it's so 2000s. It's basically a rock song, or trying to be a rock song, but all the lyrics are trying to promote Ames.
Yes, it is. Ames Con Media, come get your degree.
Yeah, that's
It's-
literally how it ends. The
it's
guy
the
screams it
song.
like 5 times.
Yeah, and
It is very
it's
2000s.
right across from the recording studio.
Yeah. Professional labs run directly by the students.
Mm-hmm.
It's it is very 2000s. It's like, wow,
Yeah.
very very throwback, very wow.
The reason I don't know if it was recorded then is because it could very well be making fun of that genre and have been recorded later. But I don't know.
True. It's hard to tell without actually knowing whoever actually recorded the ad. Being
Right.
like, was this purposeful, or were you trying to like make fun of that whole aesthetic where and like the early 2000s, that was just very much the thing. It's like we have to make everything sound cool.
Yeah.
So throw a rock song onto it. Like I remember some
Honestly-
older college commercials that were just
I kind of miss those kinds of commercials.
yeah.
Because, like, yeah, they're a little bit like, oh boy, that's not a great song, but
It would get
has-
stuck in your head.
It has real pizzazz, though.
Yeah.
You know, I feel like a lot of commercials are just not lifeless, but like pointless. Like, I feel
Mm-hmm.
like a lot of them are just like, here is our product. Go get it, and that's it.
Yeah.
I feel like a lot of the older 2000s to like 2010s commercials
There was more
were actually entertaining.
I think
you
I
know?
think there was like more of an allowance to be more creative with
Yeah.
it, you know?
like for example the I think it's HP Whitworth
yeah.
877 Cash Now.
Or that was JG Wentworth.
Oh, JG.
yeah,
yes.
the 877 Cash Now.
That's people still remember that.
Oh yeah.
Because and it was that catchy.
Mhm.
It works. It has so much more flavor.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Like yeah, sure. I mean the commercials were kind of cheesy and kind of hokey, but it got stuck in your head, and that was
Yeah,
the point,
they
to
were
make you
creative.
remember.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's just like, oh, I have a structured settlement. I need cash now. 877 Cash Now.
Right.
See? Or you get like your old school commercials that they'll just never get rid of, like the Hershey's Kisses commercial that they always show around the holidays. Like that
the
commercial's been
bells,
around for
bells,
decades,
yeah.
and
Oh,
you just
gosh.
know it.
And they don't get rid of it because nothing
Like if
better is
it
gonna
ain't broke,
happen.
if it ain't broke,
Yeah.
don't fix it.
Right.
Same thing. Like there's a Corona commercial where it's just like on the beach and it's just somebody whistling, like around the holiday season as well.
Mm-hmm.
Same thing. That commercial's way older than me, and they're just never gonna change it.
Yeah.
But they're old, but they're oldies but goodies.
Right.
Yeah. Whereas now, or even like with old school Christmas movies, like I know there's so many new Christmas movies out there, but I can't remember half of them,
Yeah.
or even like a third of them. Maybe.
I think that might just be because the majority of them are just Hallmark.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But also other places too. Like I know Apple has done a few, Netflix has done a few.
But they're still Hallmark-esque.
Yeah.
They're, girl from big city goes back to her rural town and then finds a dude and then Christmas. Yay.
Yeah.
So,
And
Yeah.
then Christmas, yay, and other sentences from Kion.
Yes.
Thanks, Kion.
you're welcome.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
But there was definitely, it's, how do I say this? Like nowadays, how do I say this? There's just, it's hard to, like, a lot of ads now are just kind of variations, of the same thing.
Yeah, to me, none of them really stand out anymore. But this is partly because I rarely actually watch cable at this point. But I feel like the majority of, for like, let's say car commercials.
Yeah.
I haven't seen an actually interesting car commercial in years. Most of them are just car on road goes places. Isn't that cool?
Yeah.
Like there used to be like the ones with the dogs
Or
and like
do you remember the old Kia Soul commercials with the hamsters?
vaguely, so vaguely.
Okay, well, you might have been like 5
Yeah.
when those were out, but
the combination of Kia and hamsters clicked something in my brain
Yeah.
that there's absolutely
they did a
reference.
whole slew of
So-
them where it was the Kia Soul. It's this tiny car, but you had these hamsters in there that would just like have
Okay.
fun, while
yeah.
driving.
'Cause there's
while
a
being
hamster
in the,
ball.
Yeah,
Got it.
and they were fun commercials. Like they stuck
Yeah.
with you. You're like, oh, the hamsters, yeah.
Yeah. I just don't like car commercials is the other thing.
I don't like commercials in general,
I
to be
feel
real.
like if there's a commercial that you sit back and watch and go, what was that even an ad for?
Yeah.
It's going to either be a cologne or a car. Like,
Yeah. Like colognes have these super abstract commercials.
but they don't mean anything.
Yeah,
'Cause
like
they're too abstract that they don't. There's nothing
So-
there.
so I watch a lot of ESPN, which makes sense.
Yeah.
But they show a lot of cologne commercials, and a lot of them really don't make any sense. So and I'm probably butchering this. Dior, fancy brand. Dior, thank you. Dior. So the
Try to say
commercial,
Dior, but wrong.
okay.
Dior.
So the commercial, it's just Timothy Chalamet, the guy from Dune and from Wonka and everything.
Sorry, say that again.
Timothy Chalamet.
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 Is it
Thank
Chalet?
you.
Chalamet.
Oh.
Timothy Chalamet. Y'all are so bad at talking.
The
No,
dude
it's just
from
French.
Dune, okay? The guy from Dune, and it's a black and white ad, and he just walks into a room just very stoically, and he just slowly looks up just at the camera, and then just the perfume. Only at Macy's.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, just like shirt shirt unbuttoned, just open, just the washboard
Yeah.
abs
Oh.
just. But it's just him just walks into a room.
See,
and just,
I'm not a fan of Timothy Chalamet, and there's a couple reasons for that, but it's really funny to see the progression of Willy Wonka in the 3 movies.
Yeah.
In the first movie, it's like this man. None of them should be trusted around children.
No.
Let's
Yeah,
just say that.
no.
Like none of the like renditions of Willy Wonka should be trusted around children.
oh yeah, no.
Not one of them.
Not one of them. They are letting children fall into chocolate rivers. Excuse me?
One of them got turned into a giant blueberry.
Yeah.
One of
Yeah.
them got like crushed.
Shredded by angry squirrels.
Yeah. One of them got crushed to the point with it that all of their bones became flat, and they were stretched paper thin. So
Flat Stanley.
Yeah.
Yes.
I refuse to watch the Timothy Chalamet Wonka.
Also.
I refuse. Have you seen it, Josh?
I haven't seen it
Okay.
yet.
Then nobody here can say like, and you're the media freak here, so you're the one to have
I
seen
mean,
it.
the
Josh,
main thing I
but-
know Timothy from is
Dune.
Dune.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, none of them should be trusted around children. The first one is like absolutely psychotic, but in like the tee hee ha ha way.
Yeah.
The-
no,
the-
I mean,
the
Gene
Johnny Depp-
Wilder's just like the dawn of just like that
Yeah.
snarky look on his face.
And then the Johnny Depp one is like this man has like some serious issues,
this
like
man
some
has some-
trauma.
Yeah, no, that
Yeah,
this,
like
the,
he's just daddy issues in a Willy
the
Wonka.
Johnny Depp one is I always call it the emo one.
He
Yeah.
needs to go to therapy instead
Yeah.
of owning a
Yes.
chocolate factory.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Like he doesn't quite hit the mark of like the psychotic. And then
Yeah.
Timothy Chalamet, Willy Wonka, he's just a twink. They just turned Willy Wonka into a twink. Like
It's the original, but now he's yossified. So.
Right, exactly.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the yossification.
The yossification of Willy Wonka, and I'm not a fan of it.
Yeah.
I saw it and I'm just like, if they were trying, because in theory the new one is supposed to be like the prequel to the original one, theoretically.
I think so.
Yes,
That sounds
Yeah.
right.
But if they wanted to get somebody that looks like Gene Wilder, they should have just gotten Jeremy Allen White, because that guy is like a splitting image of a young Gene Wilder.
I don't know
Or-
names or people, but still.
Or, hear me out, leave it alone. Leave Willy
Yeah.
Wonka alone. The 2 movies, they're fine. We don't need another one.
Well, you knew Warner Brothers was gonna just do something with that IP.
I mean, but why?
Yeah,
But
exactly.
So this
feel
is
like-
Jeremy Allen White. Like, tell me this guy does not look like a young Gene Wilder.
Okay, yeah, I can see that.
Yeah.
Sorta. I can see it.
I can see that, but I don't. I think that acting should always go above looks for that kind of like.
True.
Yeah. Like.
True. Well, I mean,
am
we
a
know
strong-
Timothy can act. This guy can definitely act.
I don't know either of them that well, so either way.
Like, yeah, Timothy Chalamet, he can act, but
Mm-hmm.
also he's not like, I don't know. There's just a specific type of psychotic you need to be to play Willy Wonka.
Yeah.
and Johnny Depp did
Yeah.
it really well.
You need to be a certain level of unhinged.
Yeah.
Right, and
Yeah.
I don't think Timothy Chalamet. There's some things about him that like make him like not such a great person.
But he's not off his rocker in the ways that makes a Wonka.
Yeah.
You know?
It's kind of
Right.
like
Which
when-
is a wonderful sentence.
It's kind of like anything. It's like any actor that plays the Joker. Like, you have to have a certain level of unhinged to really be able to play the Joker.
Yeah. Like you can't be Joe Schmo, you know?
Yeah, no, you like Jack Nicholson. That makes sense because if you see that man, he's kind of off his rock a little bit. That's his whole
Yeah.
trademark.
But kind of going back to the looks argument, I really don't think looks are a huge thing.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I really don't want to be pull a Josh and constantly talk about it, but it makes me think of the Percy Jackson series
Oh my god.
Okay.
Oh,
because there was a huge argument about some of the casting for it.
yeah.
Particularly the female lead, Annabeth, they chose a POC actor.
Yeah.
And people were up in arms because the original was not.
Yeah.
And like there was a whole outrage, and then the writer of the books himself was like, "Hey, could you maybe stop being racist?"
Yeah.
So yeah, I think in general, looks is not what you want. You want an actor that can fully portray the character.
Mm-hmm.
And if they happen to look like the original, cool, that's some continuity. But it shouldn't be what you're aiming for.
Like, there's this show on FX right now called Shogun, and it is it's a really good show. And the whole big thing about it is that the main actor who did the show, like, he's this legendary Japanese actor. He's actually showed up in quite a few American films as well. When they asked him to play the main role, he said, okay, if we're going to do this, we're going to portray, because it's Japanese history.
yeah.
He said, we're going to portray this accurately. Like,
Oh yeah,
if
that's
like
that's
these
one thing.
characters, like, they're going to be played by Japanese actors.
Yeah, I don't mean like if you're doing
Mm-hmm.
something where like you're talking about that kind of thing. You obviously hire people from that area.
Yeah.
Obviously, that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about like if you're doing like a book adaptation,
Yeah.
or like you're bringing back like a character from a different franchise.
Mm-hmm.
Like you don't have to make him look like the original character.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If the race of the character does not matter,
Yeah.
Yeah.
If it isn't
It doesn't matter.
stated in the original, then
even if it's
yeah.
stated, if the race does not have something specifically to do with
with the
with
character,
the character,
story.
yeah,
Yeah.
with like the development of the character, it should not matter in any
Right.
way, shape, or form. If it has something to do with their cultural significance or something, then it does matter.
Yeah.
Right.
But if it did not matter in the original, then whatever. Like
Mhm.
everybody just needs to get over themselves.
Right.
True.
Quite frankly, I think it really helps in some cases to get diversified actors because it lets you put a more original spin on things.
Yeah.
It makes it, there's more flavor to your characters that wasn't there before.
Yeah.
I mean, I
Um,
just kind of think about I'm going kind of far back, but remember how outraged people were that they changed the race of Annie?
Oh,
that was a while
That
ago,
was
yeah.
I had to
But,
go
like,
way back for that
That's,
one.
that's a
doesn't-
great example,
That
though,
doesn't matter. Like
because
Yeah.
that adds way more subtext that you can
Mhm.
look into. Like,
Right.
there's way
Yeah.
more there now,
yeah,
So-
and like
I had to go way back for that one because I was like,
Yeah.
that was a while ago.
yeah,
yeah.
going way back. But like that is something that people were absolutely outraged about. For what?
Exactly.
For what purpose? What did that achieve?
Yeah.
Because
It's not like the original. I don't like change.
that is not what I thought you were going to say for a second, and I am very
on
glad.
air. I can't say bad things. This accent is falling apart. Help.
Yeah, I was going to say, it is very much falling apart there.
I'm falling apart.
No, that accent was falling apart worse than Dax's on most days.
I don't know what you're talking
or
about.
Dax after I bombard them with Taylor Swift memes.
Or just Dax after waking up for more than 5 minutes.
I don't know what you guys are talking about. I'm fine, and I am a functioning member of society.
I'd like to hear you say that again without your
yes.
prescriptions.
Oi! I just damn. Okay, I see how it is.
I just
Jesus.
Lord.
listen.
Kion.
Kion went for the throat.
I saw
there.
an opportunity and I took it. You know.
See, that's my line, first of all.
Sorry. I'm taking your job, aren't I?
No, you're just gonna have to pay me royalties now.
Oh,
I take
well.
payment in the form of Baja Blast, Jack Daniels,
Okay.
and
Well, seeing as I
chicken
am under
tenders.
20, I guess you're
Under 20?
Yeah, I'm under 20. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
I
okay,
am
okay,
20.
fine.
Didn't know that.
Okay,
I
fine.
am 20.
I'll adjust it for you.
Yeah.
Baja Blast, energy or zero sugar energy drinks,
Uh-huh.
and chicken tenders.
Okay. Yeah, I can help with the chicken tenders.
Okay.
I can do that. I have a bag of frozen chicken tenders. If you would like that.
You do realize those will be gone in like 2
It's
hours.
a lot of chicken tenders, and they are frozen.
When I eat a rotisserie chicken, I eat half a rotisserie chicken.
Hmm.
I think I can handle your tenders. Oh,
Wait a minute.
I think I can
Hey,
handle
guys,
the
we should go
chicken.
back
yeah,
to the
I think
music
that I
now.
think that we should let them get back to the. Oh God.
Oh, see, this is why this is a dumpster fire.
Yeah.
But yes, we will get back to the music. We're just gonna go back to the music.
I'm waiting for your formal apology.
I can't
The man
think of
is too
anything.
stunned to speak.
Yeah, I am too stunned to speak, which doesn't really happen very often. But hey,
Unless I'm in the room. I say a lot of things.
you do say a lot of things, and they have a lot of meaning. And I'm gonna stop myself right there because
Okay, music time.
music time.
Yay.
And we are live here on the Dumpster Fire 4.1, part of AIM Student Radio, the way radio should be. I'm Josh here with Dax and Kion.
Keon's
Kion?
yawning.
I'm so sleepy. I don't know why I'm so sleepy.
So, probably
Dax gave up
because
sleep.
we're in a somewhat dark room and...
It's not that dark. I don't know where that accent came from.
Yeah, where did that come
Not
from?
that dark.
I don't know. I think my brain is shutting off. It's just rotating through different funny sounds.
No, I was going to say a lot happened here on the break in between the segments. So, Kion was reading. I apparently tried to...
What do you mean apparently?
Okay, I did. In short, I basically covered my eyes, kind of like burrowed my head into my shirt, so only the top of my very shiny head was visible.
Yes, you became a reflector.
Yeah, I became a reflector,
Yeah.
and then...
And we decided it was a good time to try to put like headphones and random things we found on our table on his head.
Yes.
So, normal break.
Yeah, just
normal
normal
break.
break.
hmm
Yeah.
Dax is still playing The Sims.
I will be playing The Sims for the rest of the show.
Okay.
Dax just is playing The Sims.
Are you currently building a house that you will actually be having Sims live in, or just because you're building houses?
I'm building another dorm.
Building another dorm just because
Oh,
you
not
wanna
even a
build
house,
dorm?
just a full-on dorm. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just 'cause dorm.
Dorm.
Yes. And as we've been monitoring the situation with services going down, according to Down Detector, looks like most of Meta's services are back up. I guess Zuckerberg finally paid the bill for the servers this month. And now it's kind of changed because it always ranks what's going up and down, like in terms of like how often people are reporting it. Now looks like DirecTV is having a big spike in people reporting issues. Same with Spectrum, apparently Verizon now too, AT&T. So we're not out of the woods yet. So things are switching around in the rankings. It is still kind of a funny fluid situation, that's for sure. Not expecting that today.
I am trying so hard to be present. So
You are present. You are here. You are Knuff. There.
I am Knuff.
You are Knuff.
I am Knuff.
Yes, we are all Knuff.
I am Knuff.
Yes. And just also, I was looking for a certain brand of energy drink on Amazon.
Baja.
I couldn't find it. I hope they didn't discontinue it permanently. I hope it's just like, oh, we'll bring it back in the summer because it's very, very delicious and I am running out of it. So
You
I need
have
to.
an addiction.
I do not.
You have a reliance,
Maybe.
or
You were going to have the most atrocious kidney stones.
hopefully you can find someone with a kidney. Because I don't have one.
Yeah, I don't know.
Kion has no kidneys.
Yeah. Yeah.
He gave him up for Lent.
Yeah, I gave it. Oh, I'm
You're
sad
like, for 40
now.
days.
Oh, sorry.
You
You're
made
like
me
for 40
sad.
days.
I'm
But
sorry.
upon looking here on Amazon, I ended up finding this other energy drink that I've never heard of, but the name I can't say on air.
Yeah, that's not a thing you could say on
It is
air,
not a
Josh.
thing I can say on air, but
I mean, you could
just
say it on air.
I
But
could,
I
but I'm
think
not going
we might
to.
get
Yeah,
yelled
no.
at.
We no.
It is technically the name of the product.
It
but
is,
at the same
but-
time.
yeah. But anywho's,
I
I
think
was
y'all
just
are being babies.
Sorry that we're trying to not get yelled at.
yeah.
Joe doesn't yell.
Well, I'm not so worried about Joe.
Yeah, no, I was
I'm
like,
worried
oh,
about the people who yell at Joe.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So,
Yeah.
so people can look this up. But anywho's, I'm just looking at the ingredient list for this, and it's kind of crazy. So consists of organic grape juice from Spain, lime juice from Brazilian limes, Siberian ginseng, South American
Ginseng.
guarana, and Mediterranean milk thistle.
Okay, Dax, wait, you're busy playing The Sims. Josh, can you look up what a milk thistle is?
Yes, because
'Cause
even I
I-
don't know what a milk thistle is.
Because I'm just imagining those flowers that you say, oh, those are pretty. And so you grab it, and then you have a thistle in your hand, and you're like, huh, I'm a stupid child. Why'd I do that? You know?
You are a stupid child.
Why, thank you.
No problem.
Yeah.
I got
Oh,
you.
okay. So apparently milk thistle is promoted as a dietary supplement for hepatitis, cirrhosis, jaundice.
Oh,
Jaundice.
Jaundice, thank you. I'm not in the medical field, okay?
John
had
Dice.
I had jaundice.
When he was
You-
born,
you
he had
two-
jaundice.
Yeah.
You two are
It was all
are
yellow.
peas in a pod, so that's different. Yep, diabetes, indigestion,
Imagine being
and other
born not being
conditions. So apparently it is a thing. I
was
didn't
born
know it was a
pink.
thing until now. Yeah, apparently they even sell it like in like in tablet form. What on earth?
yellow.
I didn't know
Just
this
one of those
stuff.
herbal things, eh?
Yeah, just one of those herbal things
Uh.
that you find like in the supplement. Oh my gosh.
Leave me alone.
It just-
I'm so
No.
eepy.
just one
We
of
have
those one of those supplement things that a certain somebody spends their Friday nights at Walmart looking around in these kind of aisles.
I don't think you'd find it at Walmart. I think you find that at like Sprouts.
This one, the Nature's Bounty one, it looks like the brand that they have at Walmart. So you know what? We
I
have
wanna go to
technology.
Sprouts
I'm
now.
gonna.
You want to go to Sprouts?
Yeah.
Huh.
I haven't been in there in a minute, but I do like getting bottles of Liquid Death from there.
I can't afford like anything there because it's Sprouts, but like it just is so good. It's like a store
Oh,
that
they
you
actually
want
do
to be
sell it
in.
at Walmart.
Sprouts has like it looks like a cool place, you know? It doesn't feel like King Soopers that when you enter it feels like you're being hunted for sport,
Mm-hmm.
you know?
I think
Like,
that's
I
just you,
like-
buddy.
I like
King
Sprouts.
Soopers
We
is
get
scary.
we do get certain things from there, but we don't really go in there that often because it do be pricey.
Yeah.
So
I'm
Kion?
sorry. I'm just leave me, little guy.
I swear we're just gonna have to like bring in a whiteboard and just like tally how many times Kion yawns on air.
I think it's 4
How
no,
many
it's
times
got to be more
Kion?
than that.
today.
Full stop.
How many times Kion?
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah,
Is it
so
just whenever I
apparently
say
we learned
something?
something new here today, folks. Apparently they sell milk. Apparently
Never
They
mind.
sell milk.
Never mind, folks.
apparently milk thistle is a thing, and apparently they sell it at Walmart. And apparently it's in this energy drink that I can't say the name of.
Do you think it tastes like milk? Is it like almond milk?
I don't know because I don't see
I
it in
highly
liquid
doubt
form.
it.
Just all.
Maybe they just call it. You know what I bet it's like? I bet it's like milkweed. Do you know what that is?
It's like another kind of herbal thing, isn't it?
No, it's this plant that if you take a leaf off of it, it's like
It bleeds milk.
yeah, it bleeds
Oh.
this substance that it looks like milk, but like basically it'll drown caterpillars that try to eat the leaves.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So, yeah.
I used to play with milkweed at like recess when I was a child.
And it would get your hands all gunky.
Yeah, but I didn't have friends, so that's what I got to do instead.
And I just sat on some rocks and read Warrior Cats. So
This was pre me reading.
Oh. What did I do in preschool? Oh, I got my legs stuck in between two poles
Ow.
on a playground set.
Oh.
And the teacher had to go get a bottle of soap to get my leg unstuck. And I was just kind
Ouchie.
of chilling there like, hey, my leg cannot move. And that's kind of a problem, I guess. But, like, everybody else was kind of freaking out. And I was like,
Yeah.
well, I don't have to go to nap time.
There you go.
And now I really wish I could go to nap time.
Yeah. When I was in.
Hey, Kion, are you okay?
Yeah, I was gonna say, are we gonna have to talk about this?
No.
I hope we don't talk about things.
Yeah, because when I was in elementary school,
Wait.
over at
Wait. Sorry, Josh.
no, you're
so
good.
sorry.
You're good.
Dax wishes we didn't talk about things.
Correct.
But we are on air and okay. Continue, Josh.
Yeah. So when I was in elementary school, a lot of the playground equipment that they still had there, it's not like kind of the equipment that's nowadays that they make it out of softer materials. It was all still metal. And
Back in my day.
I knew that was coming. But they what I like to do, and then they didn't have, because you know how nowadays a lot of playground surfaces, they have like, I think they make like the surfaces out of like used tires, so it's kind of soft and kind of
The squishy.
yeah, the squishy.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, ours, it was just sand. So what I used to like to do was a lot, like on the jungle gyms and stuff, I would climb on them. And of course, being the one kid who would watch wrestling on TV, but never happened to catch the part where they said, don't try this at home, would be like, oh, I'm going to jump off this thing.
Yeah.
And, you know,
That
I would,
seems like a good idea.
yeah. And I would go, I would go splat, and then
You'd cry.
it would hurt. And then,
And you would say, "Oh no, my bones."
yeah.
Yeah.
And then the next day I'd be like, okay, I'm going to try this again, but I'm going to try to land differently. And I
Is
didn't
that-
land
yeah,
differently.
That'll fix it.
Yeah, no.
I'm sure it's all on the landing.
Yeah. And now that I'm older, I'm like, you know, I probably just shouldn't have done that.
Oh, what would have given you that idea, Josh?
Hold on. Now that you are older, this is a recent development.
That you probably shouldn't jump off of jungle gyms?
Yeah.
I feel like that explains a lot about you, Josh.
Yeah. Or, you know, when you would go on a swing and just keep swinging higher and higher until you got like as high as you could go and then be like, whee!
Yeah, I would do that.
See, I'm not the only one. Kion, you're doing like 1,000-yard stare here, buddy.
I have songs in my head.
I was gonna say it's like I can pull up the Cillian Murphy thing and just, you know, show you that.
There's a song in my head and I cannot sing it.
Oh.
Hmm.
Because Kion cannot sing.
This is true. That is why. Yeah, that is why. I am here and I am contributing.
You are contributing, and you have fabulous hair while you are contributing.
Thanks.
Yes.
Hey, y'all. Can we please let the people listen to some music? We have devolved.
we have devolved.
So normal.
We have devolved, but I still have better. I still have better fashion sense than Dax.
No.
So incorrect.
Hot take. That is cold. Wait. Go
Okay.
back to music.
Please go back to the music. I cannot listen to Kion's Revel anymore.
Yes, we will go back to the music,
don't
but
know what that
I'm
word
just saying I'm correct here, and the rest of you two are wrong.
You have a Beatles shirt on.
And welcome back to the Dumpster Fire 4.1, part of AIM Student Radio, the way radio should be. I am Josh here with Dax and with Kion.
Hello.
Probably.
Yeah, probably. So let's go ahead and we hope you are all enjoying your lunch if you are eating lunch. Right now, if I sound more confused than usual, that's because on break, for context, my water bottle is just a big piece of aluminum.
It's just a metal water bottle.
It is just a metal water bottle, and I had the brilliant idea to try to toss it and spin it just to kind of keep myself entertained, and it kind of cracked me in the head.
Because you were throwing a metal water bottle above your head?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, well, it kind of cracked me on the head, and Dax has photographic evidence. There is a
bruise
on the top of my head now,
And it's getting worse.
and it is progressively getting worse.
So if Josh is now concussed, it is his own fault.
It is my own fault. I mean, I'm not having sensitivity to light, and I don't feel dizzy, so
Well, you haven't moved yet, so
yeah, sure, I guess we'll find out.
Yeah.
But anywho, let's go ahead and actually, before we get a quick check here of your weather, we do have an announcement of an upcoming event here on campus on March 19th from 10:30 a.m. to 12 p.m. in Student Commons 114 here on the Greeley campus. We are going to have Dog and Sip with lunch. Come pet, play, and recharge. Meet therapy dogs, get some goodies, and grab pizza with the Ames care team. This will be at Student Commons 114 here on the Greeley campus. Who doesn't love a therapy dog?
I would like to see the puppies.
I would also like
When
to
is
see
it?
the puppies. It is on March 19th, so I believe it's the week after we get back from spring break.
What day of the week is that?
I believe
It's a Tuesday.
It is a Tuesday, so we can be
Yay.
there.
Puppies.
Puppies!
So we will tell you guys about it in 2 weeks.
Yes. Whereas next
Oh,
week, well, we
maybe
won't be
Zeus will
here.
be
We will
there.
be... We don't know where we'll be.
Zeus is a dog that I've seen in Ames before. He's a big old golden retriever.
Yes.
He's very big and he's very fluffy, and I'm now very excited to go to this event. So
Yes.
There are many therapy dogs in this area. There's a whole company that just has a bunch of golden retrievers that
Mhm.
are therapy dogs, and I
Yeah.
love them all so much.
Mhm.
Yeah, and they do bring them out here to campus to help them get especially when they're training them to get them acclimated to people and such. I know at DIA they will deploy them when there's a lot of delays and such, which kind of happening on the regular nowadays with
Yeah.
all the maintenance. But anywho's yeah. So apparently we are gonna have a dog and Sip and a pizza. Oh, also pizza.
I mean, puppies and pizza, how can you go wrong?
No, that
Sounds
is
perfect.
very
Every
true.
college student's dream.
Yeah. But also, I was going to say, are you guys going to be doing anything for spring break?
Yes.
We are?
You're not. I don't know what you're
Oh.
doing.
Oh.
What am I doing?
I don't know.
I don't know.
My family's going skiing, and
Ooh.
Kion doesn't ski. I would not put that man on skis.
Yeah,
He
don't
would
put
scare
me
me.
Yeah,
Skis, I'll
no.
die.
Don't put me on skis.
I'll die.
I'm a snowboarder. Don't
Oh.
put me on skis either.
Don't put me on a snowboard either.
I
Yeah.
don't. Yeah.
Yeah. No, it's I talked about it a little bit at the beginning of the show, but it's I can't really think of anything because I've never been because there will be, people that'll be like, oh, I'm going to Cabo for spring break. Oh, I'm going to Lake Tahoe. I'm going to, insert destination here. And half the time I'm I just don't do school stuff for a week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I will probably end up having to use it for school stuff, or at least I should. I'm probably going to end up playing an exorbitant amount of video games instead.
I'll probably, I was thinking maybe I'll end up maybe just going shopping somewhere, maybe going to Fort Collins or maybe even to Denver because I was in Denver last month. Maybe Fort Collins this time. I haven't been out there. I haven't been out there in a little bit. That Hot Topic in the Foothills Mall just, she calls to me because I order a lot of stuff off of the website, but I haven't gone to the actual store in quite a while. And then also right next to the Hot Topic in the Foothills Mall, there's Auntie Anne's pretzels, and those things are life.
You are mean.
I'm
now
not
I want
mean.
Soft pretzel.
Well, we have pretzel maker in the mall.
But I want it now.
I think you can DoorDash.
That's too much work.
Kion.
I'm just gonna think about pretzels
Kion,
now.
even Kion, I'm still somehow more coherent, and I took an aluminum bottle to my head.
I'm just a sleepy little guy. That's what can I
But
say?
you just took a walk to wake up.
I'm more awake now. But unfortunately,
Dax is giving me that look like, choose your words carefully.
oh,
And I'm still getting that look.
you are doing a type. Oh, you were thinking of what to type in your words.
Correct.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I'm not looking at you at all.
That wasn't a there might be violence look. That was a I need to phrase something on my assignment look, which is
I'm writing
honestly a
about-
similar look.
I'm writing about Crohn's disease.
Oh. Huh.
Just put, have you ever gone to Taco Bell?
That
It's
is
a little
not what
different.
Crohn's disease is.
It's a little different.
Crohn's disease can literally cause fistulas, which is where your body will begin trying to eject your digestive system and cause burned holes through your abdomen. So Crohn's disease is
Oh.
nothing like eating Taco Bell.
I
You ever
stand
see,
corrected.
commercials for drugs on cable TV, and it's like, do you have IBS? And it's like, no, please
Yeah.
stop telling me about the drugs for it.
No, I
know?
always get a kick out of all of those commercials for that kind of stuff on TV, that they're going through the side effects, and the list of side effects sounds really, really bad.
Death.
They're
Yeah.
like, death,
think
swelling,
about it,
indigestion, all these things, but the people in the commercial,
They look so
it's when they're in
happy.
at the happiest moment,
Yeah.
and it's like,
They're
why?
doing a dance number where they're
Yeah.
talking about how you can get really bad migraines and heart
Yeah.
attacks and chance of dying and
Mhm.
respiratory disease. It's yeah. But it's been a long time, but can we talk about why the Disney Channel has so many drug commercials? I remember the last time I was watching Disney X or something like
Disney
that.
XD.
And it was 75% of the percent of the commercials were are you a grandparent who needs to have this drug? Which I get, because the parents are going to be watching with it.
Yeah.
But why is it such a high percentage?
I have no idea.
it's absurd.
I remember on Nickelodeon they would show a lot. So they would show an ad for some kind of toy set,
Yeah.
and then a drug commercial,
Yeah.
and it would just kind of taper off. It would be drug commercial, toy, drug commercial,
Yeah.
toy.
It's 50%.
Yeah.
Yeah. Apparently their target demographic is children and also grandparents who need so many drugs.
Right.
So, yeah.
Yeah, no, it is absolutely nuts. Or also this one thing that I noticed, they'll show one specific ad on ESPN, and I can't remember the name of the medicine, but it is this medicine. It's supposed to help treat symptoms of aggression in folks that are diagnosed with Alzheimer's and such.
Okay.
And I can't remember the name of the medicine, but they show the commercial multiple times. While I'm just sitting there I'm just on the treadmill,
Well, honestly,
doing my
that
thing.
clocks for being on the ESPN channel, but alas.
Yeah. No, but it's because the commercial, most of it is just silhouettes. Supposedly showing this older lady, first looking confused, and then all of a sudden getting really angry,
Yeah.
and then getting really sad. And and it's just so vivid in my head. But then, because the gym that I go to, they don't have the sound on in the TVs. It's all the subtitles.
Yeah.
But then when it gets to the big miraculous, recovery, which is her family comes over and they're all watching these old film strips of this lady as a kid, and as it's going, the lady's all happy, smiling, and it's going through the list of side effects, and some of
Yeah.
them are just so bad. It's just
Yeah.
liver disease, kidney problems, high blood pressure, stroke,
Yeah.
just this big long list, and it's what?
Earlier we were talking about how we don't really love modern commercials.
Yeah.
Why is it that drug commercials are the exception? I feel like drug commercials out of any commercial are the most likely to be the most creative.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, but I've never ever seen the appeal of advertising drugs. Because this might just be a I am young thing, so I'm not on a lot of prescriptions. But like, why do you need them to be marketed? You just get whatever you need so you don't die. It's like, just
Right.
yeah.
And the doctor, okay, so often how like new prescriptions get like mass prescribed is that the doctors will get like flown out to like a conference talking about the new medication.
Yeah.
And so they'll get like put up in like a hotel and getting like their food paid for and stuff.
Yeah.
And so like sometimes it's like, oh, you get a free dinner for prescribing this new medication. So that's actually the most effective way that they
Yeah.
get new medications out.
But the
I
other-
don't get the commercials.
The other
Yeah.
thing is like, it's very rarely the actual patient choosing what prescriptions they're
Right.
taking. It's
Yeah.
usually, hi, I have this symptom. What do I take for this symptom, doctor?
Yeah.
So it's usually the pharmacist and like the doctors that pick prescriptions, not the consumers.
Yeah.
So they never made any sense to me. So
Yeah, no, they're definitely, and depending on the type of medication, sometimes they have to be like super subtle about it. Like the commercials for Cialis, like those ones. Like obviously, you know, when you're a kid, you see the commercial, you got no idea.
Yeah.
But when you're an adult, you're like, aha.
yeah,
You know, so it is kind
But
of
that's
an
how they're just
interesting.
more creative like that.
Yeah.
And it's
It's such a weird industry.
yeah.
And then also just the whole concept of commercials, like you have, you know, your very plain ones but that are very effective. Like for a while there were these commercials for this ointment called Head On, that it helped like with pain or swelling, but the whole commercial was just, and it would just repeat it on a loop. It's just like, Head On, apply directly to the forehead. And it would just say it multiple times, and it would just get stuck in your head because they would say it for about 10 seconds.
Yeah.
And
I
then
know
it would be,
exactly
like,
what you're
sold at
talking
City,
about.
at like King Supers, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was, yeah.
I'm just now thinking of like those older like 2000s like products for kids, like Pillow Pets,
Oh,
And,
I miss
like,
Pillow Pets.
those cups that you had a snack compartment on the top of.
Snackies.
Yeah, snackies.
Why was there such a market for random stuff that kids would be like, I saw that on TV, could I have it? Like, why was
Yeah.
that such a huge market?
Why? Who knows? It was just. I guess I could say it was the.
stompies.
It was just the time. The soccer boppers were definitely huge, or moon shoes were a thing.
Moon shoes are a little bit older than me, but yeah.
Yeah, and then there was for a while, and they would sell them for years, but I think they stopped making them. They were like these goggles that you would wear while you were swimming, but then on top they had like a shark fin on them, and then they had a pair of matching gloves.
There you go.
And then I'll
you're a
never
cool
forget like the
kid.
commercial. Like it was this kid and his sister. Like they were playing in the pool, and you know the girl's just having a time, and the kid, you know, he's swimming. He's like, and
it's
then
like the
freaks
Jaws
out the
theme
sister.
song.
Yeah, and it was just like, oh, you can sort of look like a shark in
it is cool.
in a pool.
Sharks
Yeah.
are cool. Yeah.
Yeah, but I do remember those, and there were the Zoo Books commercials. Those were a thing.
I'm thinking harder about it. I think the reason I've seen less of those specifically is because of advertising laws specifically around kids. So that makes more sense.
Possibly.
I know there is more laws about that now. So
Yeah.
I thought harder about it for
Yeah.
2 seconds. So
Or I was trying to find them again, but a few months ago they brought back the Zoo Pals plates.
Yes.
Zuba,
Yes.
I couldn't
Zoo Pal
find
plates.
I could not find them anywhere.
They're probably at Walmart or Costco.
I tried. And I found the shelf where they have them, like right where the little price thing was.
They sold out.
Yeah, people
No.
like my age bought all of them, and then it was and they've had them back. I think they brought them back probably permanently now. But Pillsbury brought back like the Lisa Frank cookies. And I remember me and my friend, we went to Target and we found the cookies, and she bought like 3 boxes. She was like, mine.
As a child who has an older sister, I inherited so many Lisa Frank notebooks. So many.
Lisa Frank was a thing for a while.
So many of my elementary notebooks and folders were Lisa Frank. So many. So many.
When I looked up Zoo Pals online, the first thing that came up was examination tables for a doctor's office. Like pediatric examination tables that look like a hippopotamus and a lion. And there's also a dinosaur one. Oh my gosh, there's a gecko and it's terrifying. Hold on.
I gotta see this.
Come here, guys. Come here, guys.
That poor gecko looks like he's getting crushed.
Dear. Oh golly.
That poor gecko looks like he's getting like crushed by two rocks.
So here's a description of him. So it is like the hippo's not much better. It's
the gecko's worse.
A doctor's like table. It looks more like what you'd see at the vet that you'd put like your cat on or something.
Yeah.
And like, but the base of it, instead of it just being a table, looks like a pile of rocks.
Yeah.
But in the middle is a gecko that's being crushed by rocks.
Yeah, like rocks that make up the surface of the table, like where you actually lay down on. So it's like that poor gecko, and
his eyes
to add to boot, the eyes are kind of bulgy, and then the tongue is sticking out. So it literally looks like this poor gecko is just getting smushed.
Oh dear.
Like
who is responsible for him?
Who did the Geico gecko make mad?
Anyway, Target has the Zoo Pals plates for $15 or for $4 for 15 count.
Oh, okay. I was about to be like
say $15.
Yeah, I was about to be like,
it's not sold in stores, but you can get it online.
Rats.
Okay. Because I know at Walmart, because I went to go look.
We need the Zoo Pal plates.
Yeah, we do need the Zoo Pal plates.
We need Zoo Pal plates.
Yes.
Society will crumble if we don't have Zoo Pal plates.
That's why they brought them back.
Yeah.
I think I got Zoo Pal plates once in my entire life.
Yeah.
Zoo Pal plates are responsible for the economic decline because they weren't there. And other things that Kion says.
We will add that to the list of things that Kion says, and we will go ahead and let it get back to the music here on AIM Student Radio, the way radio should be. Up next, we got Ready or Not by the Fugees. Enjoy. And welcome back to the Dumpster Fire 4.1, part of AIM Student Radio, the way radio should be. I am Josh, still here with Dax and with Kion.
Hello.
I'm kind of here.
Yes, Kion is kind of here.
Physically, I'm here.
Physically, you're here. Mentally, where are you?
Where are you?
I'm so sorry. Yeah.
I'm not physically here. I'm a hologram.
Well, I don't know, Dax.
It's a pretty realistic hologram.
I don't know.
Hologram.
Did you steal Elmo's hologram tech again?
Elmo,
what?
the doll, the red one. You know, la la la, Elmo's World.
Want to say that again?
La 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 la, Elmo's World.
There you go.
Thank you. Is Elmo a saint? Not the doll.
Oh my gosh.
We're gonna move swiftly on from whatever this conversation is.
Yep.
I feel my brain melting out of my eyeballs already.
And it's not my fault.
Incorrect.
Aw.
Oh, good.
So sorry.
Phew. That means it's not my fault then.
Oh, it's for sure also your fault.
Oh.
I'm doing homework. Not my fault.
Okay.
I don't know. It could be your fault.
It might be my fault because I'm not actively wrangling you two. Okay, what are we talking about, Josh? You're in charge of this week's show.
So right now we're actually we were gonna do a quick weather segment here.
Weather update.
Yeah. So currently in Fort Lupton, it is currently 42. The answer to everything in the universe, with a high of 53, a low of 27, fair skies and wind gusts of up to 3 miles per hour. Currently in Loveland, it is 41 degrees with a high of 50, a low of 27, sunny skies and wind gusts of up to 4 miles per hour. Currently in Windsor, it is 43 with a high of 51, a low of 24, sunny skies and wind gusts of up to 5 miles per hour. And here on the home campus of Greeley, it is 41 degrees with a high of 53, a low of 22, sunny skies and wind gusts of a whopping 11 miles per hour.
Hey, buddy, I know I might have a little bit of audio retention issues, but you do say that so fast.
Yeah, you said that so fast just then.
I feel like I think I did too, and I was like, wait,
you went through that so fast. I'm like...
You're not an auctioneer, bud.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
So now the caffeine's kicking in.
I remember when I was working at Fritzler's, I could go through like the rules so fast.
Jeez.
Have you guys ever heard me say the rules for the Fritzler's corn maze yet?
Do you still
No.
remember all of them?
Oh, of course I do.
Oh, I
No
was
running,
like-
no cutting through the corn, no picking up, picking, or taking any of the corn out of the corn maze, and no smoking, vaping, or alcohol in the maze itself. If you guys need any help, there are people in orange Fritzler's corn maze vest that can help you guys out. The exit is just on the other side of this building. It's about 40 minutes to get through. Have fun.
Okay, you sound like one of the people that does all of the
medication stuff at the end of the commercial.
medication, or like the commercials for like when you hear a commercial for a car on the radio, when someone went on the
Oh,
commercial, they're
APR
like,
no
"Oh, you can
financing.
lease this for you can lease this for like $200 a month or something," and then they go
Yeah.
through the whole thing at the end.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I could read a legal disclaimer pretty quickly.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was gonna say, I think we found you a side hustle.
I don't think you guys know how many times I had to say that. That was during
I know you were a
COVID.
manager for like 2 years, right?
Yeah, so that was
Yeah.
during COVID when I was in charge of that concession stand that was also the entrance to the mazes.
Yeah.
And we could only have one family in like the little building area at a time, whereas usually we will pack as many people into there as possible,
Yup, and
have them all tell them all the rules, and then they can go through. And I don't even think they do that anymore. I think that they just have them the rules clearly posted, but because it was COVID times, it was a little bit different.
Mhm.
Yeah.
They didn't have to wear masks in the maze or anything, but like if they were around another person, they did. So
oh, okay.
yeah, but we can only have one family in at a time. So I was going through that like hundreds
That's
of times
a
a
fairly
day.
large maze. Was it
Mhm.
like one family per maze? Like did you have to wait for them to leave?
No. So it was you would enter the corn maze through like a little building. So it was the concession
Yeah.
stand,
Yeah.
and then on both sides of the concession stand, there's like that building, you know?
Oh, okay.
So to get through, so like I had to say the rules in the building, so they were allowed in that building.
So while you were saying the rules, there could only be a family.
Right,
in there.
exactly.
Okay.
That's
got
why I
it.
had to say it so many times.
Yeah.
Because, and then I would wait like 1 second for the other family to get
Gotcha.
past like a certain corner where I could see them, but the other family couldn't.
Yeah.
And then I would send the next family through because that gave enough of a buffer.
Gotcha.
I could get more
Okay.
people through that maze than anybody else.
I think I only went through that maze once, and I almost crunched. I think it was my mom's hand because she was our chaperone.
Oh.
And I am a known scaredy cat. I
okay.
am afraid of everything. And so I was holding my mom's hand so tight. This was in middle school. I was in like 7th grade. And I was holding her hand so tight that like her hand was like red,
yeah.
and like I hurt her hand a bit. Yeah,
I haven't
sorry,
gone
Mom.
in there in a few. No, actually, last time I was in there was way before COVID. It might have been 20. It's been a while. I want to say like 2015, 2016. No.
Just the other day.
Wait. 24. Yeah, it was 20. Oh, 10 years. What do you know?
Hey.
I went when I think the first time I went was 10 years ago, actually. And I was sacrificed to the chainsaw guy. So at the very beginning in
no.
that one, because it was the Walking Dead themed still, it's
Oh,
no longer
yeah.
the Walking Dead themed, I don't think.
Is it?
No, and it's
Yeah,
it's
that was-
completely different now.
That was the last year that I went because they would before you got into the actual Scream
I
Acres
remember there
part, they were
being
just showing
zombies.
episodes of The Walking Dead on a loop.
So it used to be Walking Dead, and it was Walking Dead for like 15 years, like
Yeah.
a long time. And then
Well, the
during
show was
COVID,
on TV
they
for
changed it.
a ton.
Yeah. But anyway, the first time that I went, so they were like, who's the most terrified of everyone here?
Yeah.
Who's the slowest? That was the question.
yes.
And I was with my basketball team.
Oh no.
So they of course said that it was me.
Of course.
Thanks, guys.
Shout out
That
to
was in
the
5th grade.
basketball team of that school that you went to.
Yeah.
It was a rec team.
Ah.
So
okay.
even worse. So they were like, I am definitely the slowest. And then at the very end, and then at the end of like the little intro thing,
Yeah.
they were like, okay, well then you're the human sacrifice. And I was like, great. And then at the very end, the guy with the chainsaw was like chasing us, as he does. And my friend Corinne, I'm calling Corinne out here, pushed me directly into the dude with the chainsaw.
Oh, no.
Oh,
And so this
no.
guy like broke character and he's like, hey, are you okay? I was like, yeah, I'm fine. But one of my friends is going to get beat when we're out of here.
I
Oh,
really
no.
want to like talk to someone who was a scare actor because I'm sure they have wonderful stories.
Oh, they do.
Yeah.
One of my favorite stories is when I knew everybody and I knew where all of the scares were.
Yeah.
the one of them is like the screaming lady, and so the picture drops out of the wall,
Yeah.
and she comes like screaming out of the wall.
Yeah.
And I knew that she was coming up, so she drops the window, and I go, Audrey, and she just like grabs me and hugs me and like almost pulls me into the building.
Oh my gosh.
Love
And
that.
I was with friends. I wasn't even with somebody who would like
Yeah.
people who knew the maze as well as I did. So they were like, excuse me,
What
why
just
are you
happened?
being like assaulted by the scream
Yeah.
makers? But it was, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man.
They do have quite a few stories. A lot of them have been physically assaulted many, many
Oh
times.
yeah.
Which is why most of them quit, actually, because it's not
Yeah.
that bad of a gig. Like, it's a good seasonal
Yeah.
job.
One thing that I always wonder when I think about those scare actors is like whether or not they appreciate people that go through and be like, "Good job, man," because like
yeah,
this-
no, I am that
Yeah.
guy that if they
'Cause-
go in and if they actually get me, I'm like, good job.
Yeah, no, if
Yeah.
they actually get me, I'm always like, I am so impressed with you, honestly.
Like,
good job.
particularly I went through it with one of my friends, and they were like laughing maniacally and being like, "This is great, good job," like to like everything.
Yeah.
Instead of like screaming, they just like giggle and be
Yeah.
like, good one." And like I wonder how much they appreciate that, you know?
Yeah.
A lot of them are fairly indifferent towards that. Like,
Yeah.
like there are more people that do that than you would think.
That's fair.
They're the people that they're not a fan of are the like girls that are already screaming before they even walk into the building.
I'm not quite that level of scared. I go catatonic rather
Yeah.
than screaming. So I am like I said, I cling to someone and just pretend that nothing's happening and use them as my seeing eye dog and try not to look at anything.
Yeah.
So
My favorite is always when it's like a smoke room or like
oh,
a dark
I hate
room.
smoke rooms.
Yeah.
And fun fact about Dax cannot see in the dark. I can't see anything. I can't see shapes. The other day I was driving to work and it was windy out, but I didn't know whether, like, I could tell because my car was being whipped around the road, but I couldn't tell because all of the trees were dark, and I always gauge the wind based on the tree movement.
Oh, okay.
But I couldn't
Yeah.
actually see the trees, so I couldn't see if they were moving or not.
No.
So that's like, so anytime there's like a dark room, I'm like, I'll lead, but that's a bad idea from everybody else.
Yeah.
I'm in a similar boat, but what's worse is any flashing effects, particularly like that fog effect with a
Yeah.
flashing light. That I felt so unwell walking through that area. I think it's where like they had like a bus or something. And I'm
Yeah.
also very afraid of cars, and so I was not having a good time.
Oh yeah, there is
Okay.
one part, the car wreck scene.
I
That is
Yeah.
so gruesome. They
don't
actually had
like
to
that
tone that
part.
down a little bit.
Oh, okay.
But
Yeah.
the car wreck scene, and they have like that automated car that has the motion sensor and will come out at you.
Yeah.
I
And it's
disliked that.
It's the
so
car wreck
much.
scene, so it's got like the dent in the hood and the blood
Yeah.
all over it. Yeah, it's
Do they still have? I don't know what the actual name for it was, but it was like I always called it the claustrophobia room, where you go in and it's like these
Yes, they do.
airbags that you have
They
to like
do.
go through. Yeah.
yeah.
Was that like through the bus?
No, it was like a
it's-
separate building.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
just like it was like a thing where you had to go through the airbags. My least favorite part of that, I didn't care about the claustrophobia part of it. I thought about how many other people had touched the inside of that, all of them.
Yeah.
And so I have always taken the chicken walk around that one just because
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't want to get whatever hepatitis is up in these walls.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. I just the funny thing is don't watch a ton of horror stuff, meaning movies and whatnot, but I will frequently watch like true crime or like paranormal stuff with my
Yeah.
mother. And they'll be like, this horrific thing happened and it's really scary. And I'll be like, that looks cool. Or it
Yeah.
never bothers me when it's about like that kind of stuff. And frequently I will like burst out into laughter whenever my mom is actually scared by a paranormal show.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I am the most chicken individual when it comes through walkthroughs. I don't like the
So
kitty
in other
ones.
words, you're not going to the 13th floor anytime soon.
Oh God, no.
my brother is not a fan of the 13th floor purely because when he went there and he forgot that he had his pocket knife in his pocket.
Oopsie.
And so they took it from him, and when he left, he was asking for it back.
Yeah.
And they were like, "No, we can't give it back."
Oh.
And they just refused to give. And he wasn't the only one that got stuff taken from him. I think they took like another friend had like, I don't know. It was something dumb that they shouldn't have even taken from him. Like
Yeah.
it was completely harmless. And they
Yeah.
took it from him and wouldn't give it back. But they had like hundreds of hydro flasks on the table behind them apparently, and like they were refusing to give people their stuff back.
Huh.
Oh,
And so people were like
Why?
rioting.
You can't even like sell the hydro flasks back.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah. Huh.
people are strange. Yeah.
Yeah.
Weird. Maybe they're like, we don't know whose is who, but if that's the case, you should just put your name on it. Like, give them an ID tag.
Yeah,
But-
I don't know. Like, and my brother
Give
is
them a
like,
locker.
yeah, my
like-
brother was like, I would have like given them my ID and then
Yeah.
gotten my knife back with my ID when
Yeah.
I was
Right.
leaving. Like, you know, but yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's a lot of that is kind of nuts. That's why I'm always sort of like, whenever I go to any place like that, whether it's, Fritzler's or like Elitch's or something along those lines, I try to take like as little stuff with me as possible, just
Yeah.
because I'm always had kind of like that paranoid fear of being like, okay, what if they're like, oh, you have to check in your whatever here,
Yeah.
and then you can't get it back. It's like, no.
Kind of a different note, but have either of you ever done escape rooms?
Yes.
Not yet.
Okay. So, the first one that I ever did was for a friend's birthday. And I was very hyped because I'm not the best at puzzles, but it would be a fun time to try to solve a thing with my friends. It would be great. I enter the room, and it is medical themed. It is
Yeah.
like an asylum that is like, there's like blood and stuff on the walls. It's medical. And the switch in my brain went
Yeah.
so fast.
Oh,
I've done other ones since. I liked those ones.
Yeah.
But that first one scared me bad. It was one of the few panic attacks I ever had, like, around other people.
Yeah.
And so, like, I had to leave the room. But what was fun about this thing was because I ended up sitting outside of it with the proctor, the one
Yeah.
who was, like, gives the hints and is, like, the host of it. And so I just got to be like, so they're completely off, aren't they? She's like, yeah, they've walked past the hint like 5 times now. So I had a really good time. But
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I can't remember where I saw it or where it was, but I know that somebody made like a Saw themed escape room, and I want to do that one.
Nuh-uh.
Like, because the Saw movies have always had those things, like the games in the movies. They are puzzles basically that you have to solve in a certain
Yeah.
amount of time, otherwise bad thing
Oh,
will
yeah.
happen.
It's a good theme because
Yeah.
it works really well. But horror's scary.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah, no, I had mentioned actually I hadn't mentioned it to my buddy. I mentioned it to another friend of mine about wanting to do like that Saw escape room, and she's like, no. She's like, if you want to go be a psychopath and do it, you go ahead.
I think there is one in Greeley that is an escape room.
I know there. I don't know if it's still there or not, but I know downtown there was one because I remember
Yeah.
they would promote it and people would go to it, but I don't
Right.
know if it only lasted a few years and then it's gone because I haven't seen it since. But also
I know
downtown
there's
has
one in
changed.
Loveland now, though.
Yeah, downtown has changed a lot over the
Yeah.
last few
Maybe
years.
just moved.
Yeah, because it used to be, because I remember it used to be like right there, because I would walk around downtown for the Friday Fest and there would be people that worked there that would give out, coupons
Yeah.
for it. Like when you were there, like, oh, hey, bring this in and it's, $10 off or
Yeah.
whatever.
I would like to do one again, but only if it's one that I know isn't particularly scary.
Yeah.
But I am also so bad at solving puzzles. I am very useless whenever I go into any of those. I just kind of stand around and be like, did you look at that yet? And they go, yeah. And I go, okay. And that's about all I do.
Yeah, the one that I did was like it was like it was a weird theme. It had like it was a lot of like maps and like almost like a pirate type themed,
Yeah.
but it definitely wasn't boat or anything. It was like the mystery of
You would
like
have
the
remembered
treasure
if it
or
was
something.
boat theme.
I
Yeah.
don't like boats.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting. This segment has been escape rooms are cool.
Yes. And that about also does it here for our show today. It has been quite a bit of a lively adventure.
I don't know if I'd call it lively, but I'm finally starting to get energy. which
Yes.
is not good because I can tell you this is the kind of energy that I would start rambling about useless subjects if I stay on air.
Nope.
So,
Off air.
Yeah,
Off air.
okay.
We'll never get off
All right,
otherwise.
yeah.
So now we know what we do in these scenarios, but it's like we had an episode, it's we talked about escape rooms.
We had an episode.
Yeah, we talked about escape rooms. We talked about drug commercials.
Yeah,
I cracked myself in the head with a water bottle.
because you're very intelligent.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
go back to music.
Yeah, and we will go back to music, and that does it here. We will be back, not next week, because next week is spring break. Also enjoy your spring break, but we'll be back the week after with more dumpster fire than ever before. And we do thank you all for listening. You all have a good day, and remember, you are Kenough.